Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another GTA 5 video. I'm your host, MissionMild. Today we're going to be doing scoping out the Cayo Perico heist. We're going to be on Cayo Perico Island, scoping out all the secondary loot and see what we get for our main target. We're even going to go through the whole mission of going to get the plane, which we're fixing to start here in just a few moments. So stick around and get ready for the show. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are here on our Kasaka sub, and we are about to start gathering intel for the Cayo Perico heist scope out mission. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to do, and we're going to do this the easy way for beginners, so if you're a more veteran player, you may find this boring, but might be watch along just in case there's something you didn't know. First thing we're going to do is go to our map. We're going to switch our view and we're going to find out where this plane's at, and it's all the way up there, and I really don't want to fly up there. So what we're going to do to make the transition fast and easy, we're going to move the sub to shorten our distance down, because we've already got to fly all the way south. But as you can see on our map down there, it tells you where your sub's at, and when you move it around, we're going to get it as close as we can. That's pretty close. But either one of those is a lot closer. So let's go that way. Now we're going to move the sub and let it transition over. And then we will start back. And yeah, we'll jump right into getting that plane and hopping over to Cayo Perico Island. And then we'll go check out what kind of loot we got. Hopefully to be a good one. With my luck, probably not, but we'll see. Come on, cutscene. You can do it. There we go. Now we're going to stand up. We're going to go run and hop into our Sparrow. And fly right on over there. Take out like 4 or 5 guys. Hop in the plane and we're off to Cayo Perico. So here we go. Let's get it started. Alrighty. World's worst pilot at your service. We're going to fly over here and check it all out. Oh, that water is beautiful. Makes me want to live in Los Santos. I'm betting they haven't changed that much, Pavel. They very rarely do. Alright, so right ahead of us, we're going to turn that off because we don't want to blow anybody up. You never want to use your homing missile launcher because it will damage the plane. And as I've said multiple times, if you're a beginning player, do not do these in a public session. Invite only is the perfect session to do that in. Let's see if we can see anybody here. I see some heads sticking up. We're going to gut shot you. Get you down. And whoa. Oh my God. Someone's been hit. Where's this guy at? There he is. Ooh. Now, how is that not hitting him? Look at that. GTA logic, you know. There we go. Stay down. That's my problem. Alright, we're gonna shoot you in the leg. There we go. Now everybody's down. Man, I'm a terrible shot today, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Put the gun away. We don't need all that. Alright. Would you look at that? The door actually shut. Most of the time, whenever you get this plane to go fly to Cayo Perico, for some reason, the door of the plane doesn't shut most of the time. So, yeah. But we're going to go this way and start heading toward Cayo Perico. Now, up here, you see where that windmill is? Those people will shoot at you. It's some kind of little colony. I can't remember exactly what it is. I've been up there a few times for missions, but I can't remember what their deal is, but I know it's a bunch of weird people. See the guy on the rock there? They're not friendly. So, yeah, we're just going to stay away from them and zip on out this way. And off to Cayo Perico. And then I'm going to go real slow with the island scope deal so you guys can see how beginners should be doing this to guarantee that you will finish the heist. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. This thing lined up. And normally I would speed through these videos, but since these are beginner guide videos, I try not to speed through them so you get the whole experience and you understand what's going on and why you do things a certain way with this heist. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And that's alright, it gives me time to talk to you lovely folks, so we'll see. We're almost into town now, and there's a reason you do this whenever you're in an invite-only session. And that's because of the simple fact that griefers are real. Even in this day and age, people will come along and try to shoot down your plane just because they can. And with you having to fly right through the middle of the city, the odds are of the Oppressor Mark IIs flying around probably going to shoot you down if they get a chance. For some reason, they just think it's funny to inconvenience people and mess up their gameplay. And I know there's going to be people who say, well, you know, Rockstar introduced this and it tells people when you're doing stuff like that, they're promoting griefing and all this other stuff. But at the same time, players have to take accountability too for their own action. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to ease over to Cayo Perico and see how we're doing. See what we got for loot. Won't be using any weapons or anything like that. I'm going to tell you guys how to scope all the entrances to the compound and stuff and all that, and we'll check out our secondary loot at the airstrip there and see what we got, because as a beginning player, that's all you need is the airstrip secondary loot. There's 6 possible loot locations in the airstrip alone, and usually they have enough for a solo player to fill their bag and no need to be going to the middle of the map and taking a risk on getting caught or tripping up a guard or having to kill a guard and the body getting found and creating a whole big mess. People tend to do things harder for no reason when you don't have to. Alright, so the animation triggered and we're headed to Cayo Perico. And trust me, this guy's going to get really annoying really quick. And I don't know why my plane changes color either. It's orange flying into Cayo Perico. It was red flying to this part. And whenever we leave, it'll be red. I don't know. It's Rockstar logic. I don't know what to tell you.
Arms out, let's go.
This guy here, I don't know where he hides whenever the cutscene goes away, but I'd really like to shoot him. He's annoying. And when you've done Cayo Perico as many times as I have, you get tired of hearing him.
Just because you are disguised as smuggler does not give you free access. As soon as you leave airstrip, be careful. If guards see you in the wrong place and get a proper look at you, they will not give you a chance to explain yourself.
Okay. Now, we're at Cayo Perico Island. We're going to be checking right in here because there's 2 places for loot on the bottom and 2 places for loot on the second floor. And then right in here is another 2 places for loot. These are the only 6 places you need to worry about as a new player going solo as a beginner Cayo Perico heist. Once you've mastered how the heist goes and all that, then worry about going to other places and doing all that. But as a beginner, this is all you need. to be honest with you. People tend to overcomplicate this heist, and it's really not that bad. So we're going to check out what we got here for loot. You're going to pull up your camera on your phone. We're going to zoom in, and looks like we've got a big old fat stack of cash right there. So we'll send that to Pavel, and he will mark it on our map. And that way we know that loot is there.
I will mark on planning screen.
Yep, there you go. It's on the planning screen now. Usually, on this table right here, there's more loot there. And the reason you scope all these, and by the way, you do not need the forklift over there to get up to that second level like you see everybody do. When you're just scoping, all you got to do is this right here. Now, you can't do this during the actual heist because the doors are on the other side over there. You've got to go up that wall. But when you're scoping, right here is all you got to do. So, let's see what we got upstairs here. Look at there. Big old pile of fat cash. We'll take that. We're going to send that to Pavel. And then, the real money maker, a big old stack of Coca-Cola. That's right. We're going to send that.
As expected. I will mark this location.
And off we go. Those 4 locations are checked. Now, I know between those 3, it's probably going to be me a little short on my bag space. And just in case it does, we're going to go over here and check too. Also, you should probably note if you ever need a disguise, there's one right here. You can also take these pictures of these locations, send them to Pavel. He'll mark them on your screen. For what we're going to be doing.
A useful disguise. It will not be perfect, but could get you out of difficult situation. I will make note of location.
Since we're not going in through the front gate, we're not going to worry about using a disguise. And there's a lot of things in Cayo Perico you can mark. Like right there's a set of bolt cutters. We're going to send them.
Some bolt cutters. Should make short work of locks along the way. And quiet work too. Noting location.
Now, if there's a disguise right over there, odds are there's going to be a truck sitting around here that looks just like that somewhere. This is the truck you use when you're going through the main gate entrance. You can take a photo of it and send it.
Guard truck. Very good. You drive this wearing those uniforms. You waltz through the front door. Noting location.
There you go. Now, if you choose to do that, you can just drive right up to the compound. Nobody will mess with you as long as you're wearing that disguise and you don't have a weapon showing and you're not killing anybody. I don't do it that way. I always go through the drainage tunnel just because that's what I like doing. It's a lot more stealth involved and a lot less chance of running into the juggernaut inside the compound, which will get you killed very quickly. Now, on the back side of where we just found that guard uniform is this area right here. Now, what you don't see is down here on the map. Zoom in and look here. This little white dot right here is a guard that patrols this area. There's a camera right in here. And then there's going to be guards up through here on both sides. Now, that's during the heist. And there's also going to be a camera right in this area, right here up on the wall. And I'll show you how to take those out when I need to. But yeah, let's see what we got back here in this one. Looks like another big old stack of cash.
That's on your planning screen now.
And then some green stuff. So there we go.
I have a feeling Mr. Rubio has very good marijuana. Will fetch good price.
We're going to call it green stuff, Pavel. I'm not trying to get hit with a restriction. But anyway, now, there's that. And see how this guard's white We don't have to worry about what he's doing. But that's him walking around. He's a real friendly guy, you know. He's really concerned about what's going on with life. But we're going to go over here and scope out some more areas in this little place. This area here is where you can kill the power to the island if you so chose to do that later on. And it never hurts to send it to Pablo and get used to taking pictures of everything.
Ah, yes, of course. Solar Farm keeps Mr. Rubio off the grid and maintains his credentials as friend of the environment. Not much we can do to it here. If we want to cut off the power, there are better ways to do it.
Exactly. And then, of course, you've got the boxes back here. And these are the air security boxes. I believe it's these here. I don't know. I don't ever use this particular... No, that's not it. This particular approach where I disable the air support or any of that. Because I don't need to. I mean, point blank, it's nonsense. There's no point in doing it. There's a lot simpler ways to do this heist. But yeah, you're going to take pictures of the boxes there when you first come here the first time. And now we're going to go and scope out the compound. Because we know we've got plenty of loot right here to fill our bags. Because we've got these 3 over here and then 2 more right here. That'll be more than enough to fill up our bag so we can get the Elite Challenge. Because in order to get the Elite Challenge, you can't fail any hacks. You have to complete the heist in under 15 minutes, and you have to have full loot bags. Now, when you come over here to this main area here from the plane, right over there, you'll see there's a motorcycle sitting right here. We're going to hop on it. Right here where these pink flowers are, you notice up the road there's a camera up there. We're going to go right and go right up the hill here. Now we're just going to ride along. You can also take a picture of that graveyard if you want to. You can come down here. There's random stuff usually. Yeah, like the big whale. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's not. But yeah, you can come down here and snap a picture of it and send it to Pavel just for fun.
Well, you do not see this too often on dry land. It must have become beached. You know, I think I have met such a creature once before. Years ago, I was abducting CEO of one bank from cruise ship not so far from here. And actually, never mind. I do not wish to speak ill of the dead.
It's Pavel. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, now you see the big red circle with the cone of vision on it? Those are guards that are driving around. We're going to give him a few minutes to get out of here. Because we're not in no great big hurry. Because you have all the time you want to scope this island out, check things out, and we're going to go right across through here. Now, we started right here. We cut across and then went right through here. Now we're sitting right there. Alright, so now we're going to ease down through here, and I'll tell you right now, these bushes and trees, everybody hates them because you see that little tiny bush? That will knock you off a motorcycle quicker than anything. And it hurts. These right here aren't too bad. Now, this right here is the tricky part. There's a guy up there in that tower. You see that big tall cone of vision that keeps swinging around right there? That one? That means he's out here looking. If you run through here right now and hit that cone of vision before you make the jump, he's going to stop you mid-track and you're busted and had to start over. If you get busted doing this, that bike will stay wherever you got busted at. So if he catches you right here, that bike will stay there, and then you don't have it at the entrance. There is another bike a lot of the times that sits along this road right over here, right there, and yeah, you'll be able to grab it if you have to, but you shouldn't have to. And yeah, we're going to wait for him to turn again, and when he does, we're going to gas on it as soon as we make sure this guard is not in our way. Yep, he's going the other direction. We're going to be fine. So as soon as he turns and goes, we're going. All right, his cone of vision's looking the other direction. Oh no, we missed our jump. That's the good thing about the cone of vision, because if you mess up and hit that rock like that, you can come right back over here as long as you didn't land in the water. And you see that cone of vision there, he's going to look right at us again, so we're going to wait a second. And I actually went to the left a little too far, so now y'all get to see how easy it is to mess this up. Alrighty, come on dude, look the other way. Help us out here. Oh, here comes another car. We're going to ease down here away from him, because we don't want him seeing us. Alright, now the cone's out of the way. Alrighty. Now when you get up here, it's no time to dilly-dally. You need to get away from that cone of vision. But what I do is run right up here. And then I sit and wait for a second to see. Alright, now we're going to go from here right down through here. And that car right there, or that guard right there, we're going to wait for him to quit looking that direction and make sure there's no cars coming, because we don't want to get nailed. Alright, so now you'll hear the camera beeping, because we're going to get really close to the back side of it. And then we're going to ease right down here. See that Jeep coming? Alright. Now we're going to let that Jeep go. And if you do this quick, they're not moving around as much, but I'm kind of taking my time to show you guys. And now all you got to do is just kind of drive around through here and avoid the cones. Drive right up here, and we're just going to go right up this hillside. Straight to the tower. Now you see there is a security camera down here at the bottom of that tower. If that camera is not there, if the camera is on right there, what you're going to do is you're definitely going to be climbing the tower. If there's a camera right here by this tower, that means that the box that you need is further up on the tower. If it is not there, it will be on the ground level. But since it's right there, we know we got to climb. But we're going to get to climbing. And you got to check every level on the way up and see where it's at. It could be totally random. It could be all the way at the top. It could be on this very next level right here we're about to get on. But just spin around, see if you see a box anywhere. Nope. So, we're going to go up another level. And no box. So we're going all the way to the top. Which is fine. It doesn't matter to me. Easy peasy. Like I said, we're not under a time limit. We have all the time in the world to do this. All right. And looky there. There's a grappling hook. That's another way into the compound. And just so we know it's there, we're going to send that to Pablo.
A grappling hook, ideal for the section of wall we discovered. Noting location now.
All right, now we're going to hack into their security box. And this right here is just going to be kind of trial and error for you. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to. Yeah. And if you screw it up, it's not that big a deal. It will just reset here in a second and give you a different one. Come on. Now there's what I needed. And then that one should get us 75. There we go. Get the buttons to work right. It'd work a lot better. There you go. You see connection successful. And then all you do is pull up your phone, go to the little pinkish purple app, and then it's going to spawn you in.
Let's have a look in the vault room.
You're going to use on your controller, which I use an Xbox controller. You're going to turn left and right and scope everything out. There's a really cool little cutscene right here in this area when you first do this. That big panther you see down there on the left of your screen actually eats somebody. Rubio feeds it to him, but there he is. A better look. That's his pet. And every once in a while, if you set off the alarm inside the compound, don't be surprised if you don't see that guy running around loose in the compound trying to kill people. All right, so let's go room to room. This is the main gate where you would come in with that truck in the disguise we were talking about. I usually don't do that, but right down this walkway is where we're going to be coming from to go out that main gate when we're leaving the compound. So nothing there, but now we're in the basement. So let's see what we got.
Well, right there, in the case, bottle of antique tequila, Sinsemito,
one of the worst ones. Tequila is terrible. It does not pay good, but it is what it is.
Getting through the case will be a challenge. Use the wrong tool and you destroy what is inside. I will do some research.
All right. Now, if there's nothing in that case...
You are not a pack mule. There is only so much you can carry. You want more? Bring friends.
If Pablo will shut up for a minute. If there's nothing in that case like the tequila, odds are if you spin the camera on around, there's going to be a guy standing here and it's going to be bearer bonds that you have to pick up. Those are just, it's not worth it. They pay okay, but anyway. So we got tequila. Look, there's some gold in one of these rooms. These scopes in here are really not useful in these side rooms unless you are bringing more than one person with you. This is Rubio's main office, which you will be coming into as a solo player, because you're going to use that elevator right there to get downstairs to where the display case is for the tequila. And here's the other view of Rubio's office. There's no paintings on the wall. We're going to be checking the safe back there, and I'll show you how to get the gun out of the desk at a later date too. But the rest of these are all going to be scoping for secondary loot. And the first time you do this, it's going to note all the ways into the compound.
Location noted.
Now, in order to get the drainage tunnel, you actually have to go around the compound on the outside on a boat, but we'll do that at a different point. And then there's some more. I like to cycle through these because that way you get an idea of what they look like and all that. There's more loot. If you bring it's tempting to bring a bunch of people with you, but it's going to get real complicated if you go other than solo, because you got to have a group of people that know what they're doing and have done this heist before. It's not good for 4 people that's done it solo to try to jump in and do it as a team. It won't work out that way. That's one of your doors right there as an entrance to a compound. Then you've got a space right over here where the hole is on top of that fence. You can go over with a grappling hook. And then there's another gate. That would be the outside of the main gate where you would drive the truck in. And over here's another side door. And then another place to enter with the grappling hook. And that's all of the cameras in the compound. What we're going to do now is back out of the compound app, and then we're thinking, well, now you can go anywhere on the island you want to. If you want to screw around and scope out stuff and all that through mid-map and the docks and all that, feel free to. It's not going to hurt anything, but the loot you should be focusing on is getting the main target out of the compound and then right here at the airstrip as a new player. These two are the easiest approaches to do. Because of the simple fact that you can come in the drainage tunnel that's going to be located right over here, and you will pop up right there. And we're going to dive off and go splat, and it'll teleport us right back to the airstrip. Because if you get caught, they return you to the airstrip. If you die, they return you to the airstrip. So, here we are right back at the airstrip. And that's how you scout Cayo Perico. It's not hard. And, yeah, your main loot's going to be right there in that building. Your secondary loot's going to be right behind this little lounge area they've got set up right back here. And as you can see, the truck's still sitting there. But yeah, it's going to be right there in that building. Now remember, in order to do that, to get the loot out of here, there's going to be a camera right here you have to take out. That guard you may have to take out that's walking down the road down there, and you can see the bike on the hill back there I was talking about earlier that spawns back there. And right up here, when you're doing the actual heist, there's a guard that patrols and walks back and forth on this porch that you're going to have to take out before you can even attempt to come get this loot. Otherwise, you're going to set off the alarm, and good luck. There's going to be helicopters in the air shooting at you. Everybody on the ground's going to be shooting at you. So what I do is I come in with the long fin boat. I beach it right down here. Well, I don't necessarily beach it, but I do run it up pretty close. But I'll run it right up here and park it, and I'll hop off. And then if my main loot is right over that wall where I need to get that stuff, this is a good vantage point because from here you'll be able to see the camera. You can see the guy walking. And if you move right here, you've got a clear shot right over top of the wall to that guy right there on the other wall, on that walkway and on the other building. So you can take out all three and still be able to hop over the wall, get your loot, hop back over the wall, get in the boat, and take off. But most of our loot's going to be right there, so all we got to do is run across. There's only going to be one guard patrolling back and forth in front of that building. And all you got to do is just kind of walk real soft, make sure he's not facing you, get your timing down, and you don't even have to kill him. If you do this heist right, you should only have to kill one guard, and that's when you're leaving the compound out the main gate. There's a guard with a motorcycle there. You have to shoot him, take the motorcycle, and then drive right off the end of the map into the ocean and swim to freedom, and then you're all done. But that is scoping out the Cayo Perico Heist, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's been a long one. It's 35 minutes right now. And yeah, but I'm trying to break it down for all the beginners out there because I want everybody to be successful and be able to do the Cayo Perico Heist. Just remember, heist prep, businesses as a new player to GTA, always in a private invite-only lobby. You do not want to do that stuff in a public lobby. It'll get you killed because you're going to be low level. You're not going to have a lot of health, and you're not going to have all the nice guns and weapons and vehicles. So yeah, when you fly back from Cayo Perico, it's going to put you out right there at LSIE Airport. As you can see, we're coming in for a landing in our red again plane. And yeah, then you'll go right back to your sub and start your heist prep missions. And we will go over those in another video. I'll run you through all the heist prep missions.
Okay, we have our heading.
And Pavel likes to talk.
The engine fired up. You can always go back to the island too. You can never be too familiar.
Poor Pavel. I think he gets lonely down there. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. And I will catch you next time. And we will go over all the setup missions and all that. We'll walk you through it so you guys can be pros at Cayo Perico. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And this is MissionMild. Until next time, have a great one.